name's Gavin Lowe, and I'm from Houston, Texas, and I love playing golf and hunting.
My name is Brandon Slocum. I'm from Roswell, Georgia, and I want to just meet as many people as possible at Ole Miss.
My name's Cade Wall. I'm from Mokina, Illinois. I enjoy hanging out with my family and friends, and I'm excited to be here at Ole Miss.
My name is Josh Ingram. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, and I like playing tennis and hanging out with my friends.
My name's Lennox Bird. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm majoring in professional sales, and I like hanging out with my friends on the Tango's dance floor.
So we each reflected on our convocation experience. I think that was a pretty big deal for all of us as it was kind of the start of our college journey.
Yeah, coming to Ole Miss, I never heard of convocation before, and I think it was a good start to the college experience.
For our getting involved on campus part, me and Josh went to the Ole Miss Business Club meeting, and we met a bunch of great people and a bunch of great connections for the future.
Yeah, it was accessible for anyone who wanted to join, and the cool part is that they talked about different like tournaments and events that happened in the first meeting that we went to.
For our getting involved on campus, me, Lennox, and Brandon, we all chose to do joining a fraternity. Everybody in our group joined a fraternity, so we thought it'd be beneficial to learn the benefits and the factors that go into it.
And then one of the things we talked about is it acceptable for all. We said like you at least have a 2.7 GPA, but then you also need to have like reasonable social skills to get into a fraternity.
For our campus resources, we did the Office of Financial Aid. This was very beneficial for me actually because I had to go there to accept some scholarship that I didn't know how to accept, and I knew where it was because of this.
So the Grove Grocery was something that most of us didn't really know about, so we had to actually research it a little bit, but it's open to everyone, mainly towards people that can't afford food or don't have the same privileges as other people. Anybody can donate, and it's just a great resource for everyone to use.
For the campus resource scavenger hunt, we all went around finding the buildings that we were giving clues to. This is really beneficial because it just allowed us to see where everything was on campus.
So this is the Martindale Cole Student Services Center, and in here on the second floor you can find the Boostar office. This is like for all your payments and stuff for your tuition, and the third floor is where all your college advising meetings will be, and if you have questions about classes you can go there.
This is the Lyceum. This is the oldest building on the campus, and this is where the chancellor's office is.
For one of our scavenger hunt things, we went by the James H. Meredith statue. This statue represents segregation. He's one of the first African Americans to step on campus. So that's one of the really powerful statues on the campus today.
So this is from our Common Read the A game. We had to interview a teacher, professor, and ask him 5 questions. So we chose James Duram. He's mine and Brandon's science teacher. And the first question was, do you believe it is more beneficial to work in a group or work alone? He said in a group because you can collaborate and come up with ideas that only one person might not have thought about.
Violence prevention was one of the things we went to the ballroom where the police were talking about like where to find them and like how to interact. So it was a very good thing for all of us to learn.
So I think stress management is something that a lot of us had to deal with coming in. There's a lot of things that can cause stress when you come to college. So some tips, exercise, it's a great way to just get your body moving, your mind flowing, and then just living a healthy lifestyle can really help too.
So Ole Miss is a liberal arts institution, and we just did some research, and here's some graphs that show why a liberal arts education is beneficial.
For our hotty-toddy tradition, we did the Swayze beer showers. When the baseball team hits a home run, everybody throws their drink up in the air. And I played baseball, and I thought it was a really cool thing that they'd done. And I also went to a couple baseball games here at Ole Miss, which was really awesome to see that in person.
Mental health issues and resources at Ole Miss is really important for all the students that are facing anxiety and stress, depression and loneliness, and academic pressure. And then down here is all resources that you can use to cope with it and find people that will help you.
Alright, so for our Common Read project, we did Tishomingo Park, or the state park, and why it should be a national park. The reason we thought Tishomingo Park is a great place to become a national park is because of the rich history behind it, and there's a lot of things to do there. There's some pictures down here, and the land park is actually very, very beautiful.
So this is the timeline that we did for the University of Mississippi. This was one of the coolest things in my opinion, just because there's so much history behind the school, so it was just really cool to look all of it up and see what's happening.
Yeah, so for example, it was like in 1865, the campus reopened from the Civil War. And then back in 2003, the Ole Miss Rebels were retired Colonial Reb. And so over the years, you can see how the history changed of the logo.
So for our Oxford experience, we went to Starbucks in the Union, and
we ended up getting Chick-fil-A after 2. And the reason we did this and came to the union is because none of us could drive, so we ended up just sharing lunch and talking over the year.
So here's our grit growth mindset. 4 things we wanted to focus on is stay on top of our schoolwork, be the best person you can every day, invest in yourself, and do not take free time for granted. And here's some examples of how we're gonna play those into like real life.
For the apartment project, we were given the U Club townhomes at Oxford. It's a great place to live off campus.
And then some of the perks is that it has a pool, very spacious apartments, and it also has a very nice gym, and it's easy to get around from the square back to your apartment.
So this is our dorm-friendly foods and exercise plan. So now that we're not playing sports anymore, it's kind of hard to stay healthy. So this is just kind of what I've been eating like the last week or so, and then this is kind of the workouts I've been doing just to stay healthy.
Our first reflection question was, what was the most challenging part of this class? Collectively, we said staying on top of the portfolio. We were given a lot of freedom, but being able to do it, and if you fall behind, it makes it much harder.
So the second question is one thing that we learned that we want to remember tomorrow, and we all like the sympathy and empathy lesson because we don't want to take things for granted, and want to be appreciative, and because we live a blessed lifestyle.
The next question was, did this class connect with your own college experience and was it relevant? I'd say yes, because it helped me get around campus a lot easier, where all my resources were if I needed help or like with anything else. And it was just generally like an awesome experience for me.
So for the last question, it was, can you apply this class in real world situations? I think so, because on the first day of class, I didn't know anybody, and you kind of just get put in a group and you kind of have to work together.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to learn how to get out of your comfort zone and just learn more about the environment you're in.